Welcome to Book Buzz Reviews and Summaries. Parenthood often begins with a flood of emotions: joy, hope, excitement, and perhaps a touch of fear. Whether you're welcoming your first child or adding another to your family, there's an unshakable feeling that this role is unlike any other. It's the most rewarding and, at times, the most daunting experience you'll ever face. You want to nurture, guide, and love your child unconditionally. But here's the truth no one tells you up front. Children don't come with an instruction manual. And even if they did, no single guide could possibly account for their unique needs, personalities, and emotions. And what young children need you to know. How to see them so you know what to do for them. Bridgett Miller extends a lifeline to parents, caregivers, and educators navigating the often perplexing world of early childhood. This is not a book filled with rigid rules or step-by-step parenting formulas. Instead, it's a profound invitation to see children for who they truly are: unique individuals who long for connection, understanding, and support as they journey through their most formative years. It's about looking beyond behaviors and understanding the emotional underpinnings that drive them. It's about shifting from reacting to responding. And most importantly, it's about meeting children where they are so they can flourish. Imagine this. It's a chaotic afternoon. Your 3-year-old is sprawled on the floor, crying inconsolably because their favorite snack isn't available. You try reasoning with them, offering alternatives, but their cries only grow louder. Frustration bubbles up, and you find yourself asking, why are they acting this way? Why can't they just listen? These moments, so familiar to parents everywhere, can leave us feeling helpless or inadequate. But Miller challenges us to see such scenarios through a different lens. What if this meltdown isn't about the snack at all? What if it's an expression of something deeper, a need for safety, comfort, or reassurance? What if their behavior is their way of communicating emotions they don't yet have the words for? This is the heart of Miller's message. Children's behaviors are not problems to be fixed, but signals to be understood. To support them effectively, we must first learn to see them clearly. And to see them clearly, we must set aside our adult assumptions and look through the lens of a child's experience. What does the world feel like when you're small, relying on others for everything, and still learning to navigate overwhelming emotions? When we take the time to understand a child's perspective, our responses become more compassionate, intentional, and transformative. Miller's approach is rooted in developmental psychology and attachment theory, but delivered in a way that feels warm, relatable, and deeply human. She doesn't speak to us as an expert lecturing from a pedestal. Instead, she writes as a guide who understands the challenges of parenting firsthand. She acknowledges that it's hard, that we will make mistakes, that there will be days when we feel utterly unequipped. And yet, she reassures us that every moment offers an opportunity to grow, to connect, and to do better for ourselves and for our children. One of the most powerful insights Miller offers is the idea that children's development is not linear or predictable. Just as seeds sprout and bloom at their own pace, so too do children grow and mature in their own time. Some will be naturally calm and cooperative, while others will test boundaries with vigor. Neither is better or worse, it's simply who they are. Our role as caregivers is not to mold them into who we think they should be, but to honor who they are and provide the conditions they need to thrive. This means letting go of rigid expectations and embracing the beautiful, messy, and sometimes bewildering journey of childhood. Miller also dives deeply into the emotional world of young children, explaining that their big feelings, joy, anger, sadness, frustration, are not things to be suppressed or dismissed, but vital parts of their experience. A toddler's tantrum, for example, may feel like chaos to us, but to them, it's an unfiltered expression of an emotion they can't yet regulate. When we punish or ignore these moments, we miss an opportunity to teach emotional resilience. But when we respond with patience and empathy, We send a powerful message. Your feelings are valid. You are safe to express them. I am here for you. This isn't always easy, of course. When faced with defiance, meltdowns, or resistance, our instinct may be to control the situation, to enforce discipline, or to retreat out of sheer exhaustion. But Miller reminds us that true discipline is not about control, it's about teaching. And teaching is most effective when it's rooted in connection. A child who feels seen, understood, and loved is far more likely to cooperate, learn, and grow than one who feels judged or misunderstood. In practical terms, what young children need you to know is filled with strategies that feel less like parenting hacks and more like heartfelt guidance. Miller encourages us to approach parenting with curiosity rather than judgment, asking questions like, what is my child trying to tell me through this behavior? What unmet need might they be expressing? How can I respond in a way that fosters connection rather than conflict? These questions shift the focus from controlling behaviors to understanding them, creating a foundation of trust and mutual respect. One of the book's most striking themes is the importance of self-awareness in parenting. Miller emphasizes that how we respond to our children is often a reflection of our own emotional state. If we're stressed, overwhelmed, or triggered by a child's behavior, it's harder to respond with patience and empathy. That's why self-care isn't just a luxury for parents. It's a necessity. When we take care of our own emotional well-being, we're better equipped to be the calm, steady presence our children need. Miller also acknowledges the societal pressures that often weigh on parents. The unspoken expectation to raise perfect children, to always have the right answers, to do it all without breaking a sweat. She dismantles these myths with compassion, reminding us that there is no such thing as a perfect parent. What matters most is not perfection, but presence. Children don't need flawless caregivers. They need ones who show up, who try, and who are willing to grow alongside them. As you turn the pages of What Young Children Need You to Know, you'll find yourself nodding in recognition, perhaps shedding a tear as Miller describes the tender, fleeting moments of early childhood, the quiet snuggles, the belly laughs, the wonder in their eyes as they discover the world. These moments remind us why the work of parenting is so important. They anchor us in the knowledge that even on the hardest days, what we do matters. Our presence, our patience, our love, it shapes the people our children will become. Miller's book is more than a guide. It's a call to action, a call to slow down, to listen deeply, and to see our children not as problems to be solved, but as people to be understood. It's a reminder that the greatest gift we can give our children is not a perfect home, a packed schedule, or a laundry list of achievements. It's our time, our attention, and our unwavering belief in their worth. By the time you finish What Young Children Need You to Know, you'll see parenting in a new light. You'll feel empowered to navigate tantrums, defiance, and the daily ups and downs with a sense of calm and purpose. You'll understand that your role isn't to have all the answers, but to walk alongside your child as they find their way. And most importantly, you'll know that every step you take in this journey, no matter how small, makes a profound difference in the life of your child. This book isn't just about what children need. It's about what we all need to be seen, to be understood, and to be loved for who we are. And in showing up for our children in this way, we find that we grow, heal, and transform as well. Because in seeing them, we learn to see ourselves. And in loving them, we learn to love ourselves a little more too. Introduction: Understanding Our Little Humans. Bridgett Miller's What Young Children Need You to Know is not just another parenting manual. It is a heartfelt exploration of the inner world of young children, an invitation for adults to see, truly see, the children in their care. Through her thoughtful insights, Miller equips caregivers with the tools to respond with empathy, patience, and understanding, fostering an environment where children feel safe to grow into their fullest selves. This book does not offer quick fixes or prescriptive methods. Instead, It emphasizes a shift in perspective, from managing behavior to meeting needs, from control to connection, and from frustration to curiosity. Each chapter provides a new lens through which to view childhood, making this book a transformative journey for parents, teachers, and caregivers alike. Chapter 1. The Child Behind the Behavior. The book opens with a powerful premise: behavior is communication. Miller argues that when children act out, they aren't being bad or difficult. They are trying to express unmet needs or overwhelming emotions. To understand this, adults must look beyond the surface of a child's actions and ask, what is this child trying to tell me? Miller illustrates this concept through vivid examples. A toddler throwing a tantrum in a grocery store may not be spoiled, but simply overstimulated. A preschooler refusing to share might be grappling with feelings of insecurity. The focus shifts from fixing the behavior to understanding its roots. Miller's narrative is peppered with anecdotes that bring her teachings to life, making her advice relatable and applicable to everyday scenarios. Chapter 2. The Power of Attachment. This chapter delves into the cornerstone of Miller's philosophy, attachment. Drawing on research from developmental psychology, she explains that a secure attachment with a caregiver is the foundation for a child's emotional, social, and cognitive development. Miller likens attachment to a safety net. When children feel securely connected to an adult, they have the confidence to explore the world, knowing they can return to a place of safety. The chapter is filled with practical advice for strengthening attachment, such as making eye contact, engaging in play, and being emotionally present. Miller emphasizes that small, consistent gestures of love and attention can have a profound impact on a child's sense of security. Chapter 3. Emotions as Messengers. In this chapter, Miller reframes emotions, not as problems to be solved, but as messengers to be understood. She explains that young children lack the language and self-regulation skills to process big emotions, which often results in outbursts or withdrawal. Rather than dismissing or punishing these emotions, Miller encourages adults to validate and name them. For example, saying, "I see that you're feeling really frustrated right now," helps children feel understood and teaches them the language of emotions. Miller also provides strategies for creating a safe harbor where children can express their feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. Chapter 4. The Myth of Independence. In a culture that often prizes independence, Miller challenges the notion that children should be pushed to do it themselves too soon. She explains that true independence arises from a foundation of dependence. When children feel supported and cared for, they naturally develop the confidence to take on new challenges. The chapter discusses milestones like potty training, self-feeding, and sleeping alone, urging caregivers to respect each child's unique timeline. Miller reassures readers that meeting a child's dependence needs is not spoiling them, it's nurturing them. Her warm, encouraging tone helps alleviate the guilt or pressure many caregivers feel in the face of societal expectations. Chapter 5. The Role of Play. Miller calls play the language of childhood. Far from being trivial, play is how children learn, process emotions, and make sense of the world. The chapter explores different types of play, from imaginative role-playing to rough-and-tumble physical activity, and their benefits for emotional and cognitive development. Caregivers are encouraged to join children in their play, not as directors but as partners. By following a child's lead, adults can build trust, strengthen bonds, and gain insight into their inner world. Miller also addresses common challenges, such as screen time and structured activities, offering practical tips for balancing modern distractions with free, unstructured play. Chapter 6. Setting Limits with Love. Discipline is one of the most challenging aspects of caregiving, and Miller approaches it with compassion and clarity. She emphasizes that limits are not about control or punishment. They are about guiding children in a way that honors their needs and feelings. The chapter introduces the concept of firm but kind boundaries. For instance, saying, "I won't let you hit, but I see that you're upset. Let's find another way to show how you're feeling." communicates both safety and empathy. Miller provides scripts and strategies for common struggles, such as tantrums, defiance, and sibling rivalry, helping caregivers navigate these moments with patience and respect. Chapter 7. The Caregiver's Inner Work. Miller shifts the focus to the adult, reminding readers that how we respond to children is often influenced by our own experiences and triggers. She encourages caregivers to reflect on their upbringing, identifying patterns or beliefs that may affect their parenting style. This chapter is both challenging and empowering. Miller acknowledges that self-awareness takes courage, but she also reassures readers that doing this inner work can lead to deeper connections with their children. She offers mindfulness exercises and journaling prompts to help caregivers build emotional resilience and respond to children with greater intention. Chapter 8. The Gift of Presence. In a world filled with distractions, Miller makes a compelling case for the power of presence. She explains that what children need most is not perfect parents or lavish experiences, but simple, undivided attention. The chapter provides practical advice for cultivating presence, such as setting aside daily unalone time, putting away devices during interactions, and practicing active listening. Miller's examples show that even small moments of connection, a shared laugh, a comforting hug, can have a lasting impact on a child's sense of belonging. Appendix: Practical Tools and Strategies. Bridgett Miller doesn't just leave readers with theories. She equips them with actionable tools and strategies. The appendix serves as a resource hub, offering a variety of practical exercises and templates to implement her teachings. Emotion Coaching Toolkit. Miller provides a step-by-step guide for helping children navigate their emotions. This includes scripts for validating feelings, exercises for building emotional vocabulary, and calming techniques such as deep breathing or sensory activities. She emphasizes that the goal is not to fix emotions, but to guide children through them in a supportive way. Connection Rituals. The appendix also includes ideas for simple, meaningful rituals that strengthen the bond between caregivers and children. From bedtime routines to weekly traditions, these rituals create a sense of security and predictability that children thrive on. Handling Common Challenges. Miller offers additional guidance for handling specific parenting challenges, such as 1. Managing transitions, e.g., leaving for school or bedtime. 2. Dealing with aggressive behaviors like hitting or biting. 3. Addressing anxiety or fear in young children. Each challenge is paired with compassionate, practical advice that aligns with the book's core philosophy of empathy and connection. Reflection. The journey of caregiving. As the book draws to a close, Miller invites readers to reflect on their own journey as caregivers. She acknowledges that the work of raising and nurturing children is as much about growing ourselves as it is about guiding them. The closing pages are filled with words of encouragement, reminding caregivers that mistakes are part of the process and that showing up with love is what matters most. Why this book matters. What Young Children Need You to Know is more than a parenting guide. It's a call to action for caregivers to rethink their approach to raising children. It encourages adults to step into a role of empathetic leadership, fostering an environment where children feel safe to express themselves and grow. Bridgett Miller's work resonates because it speaks to the heart of what every child craves: to be seen, heard, and understood. By applying the principles in this book, caregivers can create a nurturing space where children and their relationships with them can flourish. This book is not just about raising children. It's about growing into the kind of person who can lead, support, and love them fully. Conclusion. Seeing and knowing our children. Miller concludes her book with a heartfelt message. Children thrive when they feel seen, heard, and valued. By shifting our focus from fixing behavior to meeting needs, we can create an environment where children feel safe to grow into their authentic selves. The final chapter leaves readers with a sense of hope and empowerment. Parenting and caregiving are not about getting everything right. They are about showing up with love, curiosity, and the willingness to learn. With this mindset, we can not only nurture our children, but also deepen our own understanding of what it means to be human. Final thoughts. What Young Children Need You to Know is a deeply compassionate and insightful guide that transforms the way we view and interact with children. Bridgett Miller's wisdom, drawn from years of experience and research, offers a roadmap for raising confident, emotionally healthy kids while fostering stronger, more meaningful relationships. Whether you're a parent, teacher, or caregiver, this book is a treasure trove of tools and inspiration to help you see and truly know the children in your life. Read the book to learn more. If you are liking the series, please subscribe and press the like button. Thank you.